What is going on, guys? It's been such a long time that I did a video just for YouTube and not like any highlights or whatever. But today I would like to talk to you about a thing that is coming up this weekend and that is not only important for myself but hopefully also really interesting for all of you guys. Since this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the Pokemon Invitational, presented by Geico Gaming and hosted by One Nation of Gamers, will be happening. For those of you who have not heard about the tournament at all, it's going to be an 8-person invitational tournament. I will go over the list of participants in just a little bit, but just in this video, I just like to talk a little bit about the whole thing, since I was asked like whether I wanted to make a video about the whole thing, and but I was like, I like, advertising stuff. I mean, of course, I would like to advertise the thing, but they were like, no, like, make a video, just talk a little bit about what you think about the tournament. And, I'm sure all of you are probably interested in my thoughts, since the whole idea also goes back to something that I was trying to put together with Yoshi's Invitational, which then did not happen, since there were some flaws in that. And so then One Nation of Gamers and Geico Gaming, they stepped in and kind of like not only took over the project, but made it like so much better in the process. And so first of all, I'm really, really thankful for their support, since without them, of course, this wouldn't be able to happen. But for any of you who have not had the chance to check out what that Pokemon Invitational is going to be about, let's hop onto the website. That, of course, like all the pages here will also be linked in the description as always. And I would just like to, walk through the page a little bit with you. So this is probably the most important thing you should take away from this video. February 25th and 26th, 5 p.m. EST or 2 p.m. PST, wherever you are. But there's also this nice timer that lets you know whenever that is. Note that this will not be accurate at the time you're watching this video, since of course this is like recorded. But it'll be in 2 days, since this video is still going out today. Either way, to celebrate the recent research of Pokemon, Onok, in collaboration with Geico Gaming, would like to invite you to witness a tournament between the best and most storied Pokemon video game players of this generation. It sounds pretty big, and I don't know. I'm also like pretty proud to like be able to call myself part of that illustrious group of participants that will play here in this tournament. Of course, besides me, there's also 3 world champions participating in Sejun, Viera, and of course Wolf. So we also have some competition from Asia, from South Korea and Japan, and then I am like representing Europe kind of a little bit. And then there is A-Drive, Ino Shahar, Alex Gloza, Cyberdron, and of course also Wolf representing the US. But of course, this isn't really about like countries or nations or whatever. And it's more about just having fun with the game and celebrating the whole aspect, which I'm like super, super happy about, since I think like all of these people are super good choices. And if you want to know more about like those players, maybe for example A-Drive is not someone you're super familiar with, you can actually like click the names, and it'll link you to a page on Trainer Towers, who are also collaborating in terms of providing like articles and writing about the tournament and so on. So you can check that out and read all those articles. They're probably not up for everyone by the time this video will be out, but they're super, super interesting. And then at the bottom, you can check out like the others. For example, I also have my own little story written about me, which is pretty cool. So definitely check those out. I think all of them are really well written and really interesting to read. Even I learned a lot of stuff about like even really close friends, and so that's pretty cool. The others that are missing, they should be coming out soon as well. So stay tuned for that. And then of course, this is the group stages, as I am seated in Group B alongside with Shade Vieira, Alex Gloza, and Ino Shahar. So that's pretty stacked. But then if you look over to the other group, then you have Sejun, Cybertron, Wolf, and A-Drive all in the same group as well. So I don't know, basically wherever you end up being, it's probably going to be a really tough group. And it'll be a ton of fun. Not only will I be participating in the tournament as a player, but I will also do some commentary alongside with Justin Karras, who will be the main host of the event. But since, of course, it's like 2 different groups, and we already know that I will never play against any of the guys from Group A on the first day of competition, like I can jump in on commentary for their group, and then for my group, like I know that Aaron, Wolf, and A-Drive potentially will jump in for commentary. So it's also like a lot about, I don't know, just a friendly atmosphere and talking a bit about the game. And like all of that would already be pretty neat, you know. In addition to that, we also have like a nice prize pool. First place takes it home $500, second place $300, and then third and fourth still get $100. So like that's super fine, of course. But the really big deal with this whole thing, and also like the main reason why I tried to initially go ahead and start doing what I was doing with the Yoshi's Invitational, is the fact that we're now getting a ton of exposure for this, or like hopefully, and you guys of course can help with that. I will come back to that later, but since we're already on the page and you can already see it on there, like there's 3 main things that you guys can do to support this tournament. First of all, you can join in the giveaway on that micro page. Again, it'll be all linked in the description. For me, this promotion is not available since I am from Europe, but if you're from the US or from Canada, you can enter here and win a brand new Nintendo Switch. So the console isn't even out yet, but yeah, like for the release date, you will be able to get one for free essentially if you're lucky enough to win. There's multiple like ways for you to enter the giveaway. Just check out wherever you want to do. Like follow them of course on different social medias, and that will already give you some entries into the giveaway. So that's one way to support the cause, or like not the cause, like support the tournament. Another way to support the whole thing is also to like check out Geico directly. I will come back to that in a second because I want to talk a little bit more like in depth about what Geico is and what this can mean for the Pokemon the Pokemon community in the future. And besides, you can also of course join in the discussion on Twitter. Let everyone know what you're watching on this weekend with the hashtag Geico Gaming, of course. That will also be like in the description again, and then you can also of course see like what other people are tweeting. If you check out that hashtag Geico Gaming, answer to them, and just have like a good time watching a Pokemon tournament together. Let everyone know that you're watching the tournament and following it, who you're rooting for, and so on. And then of course watch the stream, since Geico being like the big company that they are, and actually like let me like load this up for a second. So I heard of the name before, but I didn't know like exactly what Geico was or what they were doing. But Geico is a pretty big deal in the US. So if you're from the US, then you probably know the commercials, you probably know who they are. But if you're from outside the US, then you're like, Geico, like car insurance, like cool, but what's the big deal here? So Geico has a revenue of $9.2 billion in 2004, and I think that has been rising as well. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. They have 30,000 employees and was founded in 1936, and they are like a really big player in the car market. They are like providing insurance in like all 50 states and the District of Columbia. So basically in all the US, they're providing insurance for cars. And whatever, like, I don't want to go over the whole history, but this is like a really big deal. Like, that's a really big player, and that's exactly the kind of sponsor I wanted to attract with my own attempt to create my own tournament, because I wanted to like showcase bigger sponsors who might be interesting in like investing into some niche markets. Like of course Pokemon is not something where you can just be like, yeah, like let's host a Pokemon tournament and then we know like that and that many thousand viewers will tune in and we'll get like whatever, we'll sell merchandise. What do I know, you know? Like, it's not the case with Pokemon, but I wanted us to be there and to get there. And like, I was super happy when One Nation of Gamers and Geico Gaming, like when they approached me about the whole thing, were being like, yeah, like we saw what you were doing there with Yoshi's Invitational. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but yeah, like we like the concept and we want this thing to happen and we want to make it like even bigger and better than what you were going for. And then of course, I had a backup plan for Yoshi's Invitational after I canceled the crowdfunding. My plan was to like still have the tournament and then like sponsor the prize pool from my own money, step back from playing and just commentating, since people were like since people thought it was a little bit fishy, that was also participating in the tournament. And of course, that was like not my intention. I just wanted to host a fun tournament, to start like a kind of a new era, introducing the concept of invitationals, then building up on that, making it bigger in the future, have like open qualifiers, and like just establish the whole concept of invitationals, and getting like viewers interested, getting more people from other scenes into the whole thing, and so on and so on. But now, just like this, we're getting all of that because One Nation of Gamers and Geico Gaming is stepping in there to take over the whole thing, or to start a new thing. And yeah, like their whole setup is like pretty similar to what I was trying to do, but of course they have way more experience in how to market stuff and how to produce things. Like, dude, I've seen the graphics and so on, and the layouts, and if you just check out the player articles as well, like that's just some, I don't know, like that just feels like something, you know. That's not the I mean, I don't want to discredit anyone, but that's like not, you can see that was like set up professionally. And also the page we have for the tournament, like, I don't know, those people are professionals. They have hosted tournaments for other games before. And again, Geico, really, really big company. And they're like always looking for, I don't know, fun ways or new ways to invest, I guess, like their ads. As I said, like I knew a couple of them, but I checked out a lot more, and some of them are actually like pretty hilarious. I don't know. I'm not sure how it'll end up going. If when I'm doing commentary, if I can just forget about all of that. But either way, like they're pretty big, of course. And then they're also like sponsoring some other stuff. Like for example, they're a sponsor of TSM. If you're following League of Legends at all, like that's pretty big. And then they're also like sponsoring some other stuff. And then they are also collaborating with One Nation of Gamers. And they have been doing like one of the biggest unofficial Hearthstone circuits. So they're not only about like hosting the biggest tournaments, but also like doing stuff for the community. And they did like great things for the Hearthstone community before. And now they're looking for like new opportunities and so on. And they came up with this idea of going for Pokémon. And of course, we're super happy about that. And I hope you're as happy as I am. Since, of course, if this tournament goes well, there's always the chance of maybe like have a second edition of that tournament, and then maybe have it bigger and maybe even better, and then maybe more people can play, and maybe people can qualify, and so on and so on. Of course, I don't really know exactly what their plans are in that regard, but you can only imagine that if this is going well, and like if people are showing up, because you also have to think about this as like from a business perspective, you know, like a lot of people from Pokémon are based in the US. Of course, there's also people in Europe and in Asia and Australia and South America and Africa and wherever. Like Pokémon is everywhere anyway. But they can like market directly to people from the US. And also, while of course Pokémon is a game for children who probably like don't have cars or whatever, I would assume that by now, since the scene has already been around for quite some time, there's like people who have cars and maybe they need insurance. What do I know? But one of the biggest selling points, I think, is the fact that like if you want to host, say, a Hearthstone tournament and you want to get in like not the 8 best players, but like some of the 8 like really, really popular, really big streamers and big guys, like I don't know, you like that. I have to assume that costs a little more than it is to get like the Pokemon scene involved, since we're like we're just actively trying to get bigger tournaments and better tournaments and so on. So like the prize money isn't really important for any of the participants in this tournament, I would assume. So they can like host a tournament like that relatively cheap. The production of the stream, I'm not really sure like how much of an effort that is. I'm pretty sure it's like quite a hassle, but maybe for other games it takes a little more. Like for example, I don't know, if you're doing say a StarCraft or a League tournament or something like that, you need an observer as well who's like observing the game, and then stuff like that. That doesn't like, apply for Pokemon. I don't know. I just think that maybe in the future, if this is going well, we could have more tournaments like this happen. And yeah, that would of course be super, super cool. So once again, if you're from the US and Canada, check out that giveaway. Of course, show some love to everybody involved in this. I will link all the people affiliated with this in the description, like everyone who has helped with that, like everyone who's participating. Show them some love. Of course, please root for me or for Wolf or for Aaron or for whoever you want to see win. I'm so sure that it's going to be a great thing. It's over 2 days as well. Like, the finals will be best of 5. They're trying out some new things that have never been there before, and I'm just like really, really looking forward to the whole thing because, again, maybe in the future, like, just imagine some other sponsor, they're seeing this because, like, the plan for this is, I suppose, is like to go like pretty big on Twitch. I'm sure that One Nation of Gamers can already pull in like a decent number of people who are just like casually watching them and who like know what they're doing and so on, and who are just interested in like, why is there a Pokemon tournament running on a channel that I usually watch for Hearthstone? Because as we know, like, a lot of people are interested in competitive Pokemon. They just don't really know where to look for it or like what exists about it and so on. But yeah, this could be big, and then say some other sponsor or some other big company or whatever, what do I know, like someone watches the stream and then they're like, oh wow, Pokemon, that sounds pretty cool. Like, yeah, where can I see more information about that? And then they check out the page, read up the player profiles and see, wow, there's like a scene that's going back to 2009 and maybe even longer than that. And I don't know, I think that this can just be a really great opportunity to like present the community in front of a larger audience that is not already within the Pokemon community. You know, like, most people who are following the regional streams, for example, like, those people already know the players, know the commentators, know the metagame and so on. They know what the whole thing is about. But with this tournament on like a neutral platform, so to say, that is not directly linked to Pokemon, and then also some support from like where this tournament is going to be advertised, I think a lot of people could come in, like a lot of new people could come in, and I hope, of course, like some old guys like you, or like not old, but who have been around for a bit, will join in as well, and then we can have like a really great stream. And yeah, so once again, check out the giveaway. Join in the discussion on Twitter with the hashtag Geico Gaming. Join in on Twitch. And then there will also be one way to directly like show your support for Geico. There will be a quote for like that they're offering. The link for that is not already out, but like if you're like, I don't know, if you're looking for a car insurance at the moment, I guess like check them out, since what they're doing for us here is like pretty cool, of course. And so yeah, that will also like show them that they can actually like not only host a fun tournament, but also, I don't know, make some money. I don't even know. Like, definitely consider them, is what I'm trying to say. Is there anything else left? Let's go back to this page. Like, yeah, Justin is hosting the whole thing. I haven't really talked a lot about him yet, but yeah, he has some experience hosting events for Liberty Garden, and I'm pretty sure that it'll be cool. Like, he's also a top 8 finisher at Worlds from last year. So he has not only the charisma and personality, but also the insight in the game. I could talk a little bit again about the whole group setup. So it'll be double elimination groups. Not something Pokemon has ever done before. But so, for example, for Group A, you will have Sajan against Aaron, and you will have Wolf against Dan. And then the winners of those match will encounter. And then the winner of that game will advance to the top 4, while the loser will play against the winner of the losers match between the loser of the first 2 games. So there's a potential chance for a rematch. Say Sajan loses the first round against Aaron, and Wolf loses against A-Drive. So then Wolf against A-Drive have already played, and Sajan against Aaron. And then what if next round Aaron beats A-Drive, but Wolf beats Sajan? Then next round, it's Wolf against A-Drive again for another spot in the top 4. So that's a pretty cool dynamic. Not really sure how it's going to work out, but it should be a lot of fun, definitely. And again, it's about the fun more than anything else. So yeah, I hope to see you in 2 days and whatever hours. Just check out the page. Just check out the page, really, and then you'll know. Set your alarms. It will be a little later at night, by the way, for people who are from Europe, and it will be pretty early from people from Australia or Asia, but I'm sure you can somehow fit it in. It's on a weekend after all, and yeah, let me check my thing here. Is there anything else? I think I covered everything. Just check out the description. If there's anything I missed here, then it'll be there. So yeah, I hope to see as many of you guys in the chat then. And yeah, have a great day, have a good time, and see you on Saturday. Bye, guys.